Good evening, this is TC and English News Edition, and you're watching with me, Ninghui Kim Kongsai. First, the headlines. Manipur government lifts suspension of internet services. Aimol tribe union condemns inclusion in the monolith erected by Jandil Naga People's Organization. Union Cabinet approves Rs 5,872 crore plan for opening of 85 new Kandriya Vidyalayas and 28 Navodaya Vidyalayas. News in detail. In full December 9, 2024, the government of Manipur has lifted the temporary suspension of internet and data services in several districts of the state. The decision was made after reviewing the prevailing law and order situations and its possible correlations with the general operations of internet services. The districts where the operations has been lifted include Imphal West, Imphal East, Bishnupur, Thoubal, Kakching, Kangpokpi, Churachandpur, Ziribam, and Persol. The governor of Manipur has revoked the suspensions with immediate effect, citing the power conferred under Rule 2 of the temporary suspensions of telecom services, public emergency or public safety, Rules 2017. Internet users in the state have been requested to refrain from any activities that may cause a threat to general law and order situations, which may warrant temporary suspensions of internet services in the future. The suspensions of internet services was initially imposed on November 16 following violence in the state after the recovery of the bodies of 3 women and 3 children in the Ziri and Barak rivers. The government had conditionally lifted the suspensions on broadband services on November 19, considering the hardship faced by common people, healthcare facilities, educational institutions, and other offices. The newly formed Kuki-Zo Council (KJC) convened its historic first general public body meeting at Mulnum village, Cedar Hills, with over 100 delegates, including leaders from various tribes and MP organizations. Hosted by Co-2 of Cedar Hills, Kangpokpi district, the meeting marked a crucial step towards addressing the collective needs and aspirations of the Kuki-Zo community. A significant resolution passed at the meeting called for a nationwide rally to be organized across Kuki-Zo dominated districts. The rally aims to garner the central government's attention during the ongoing winter session to push for a demand for separate administration, specifically advocating for the creation of a union territory with a legislature for the Kuki-Zo community. The KZC also resolved to approach the chief ministers of all northeastern states except for Manipur to discuss the grievances and aspirations of the Kuki-Zo community. This initiative seeks to strengthen political advocacy and promote understanding of the community's issues. The Council strongly condemned the Manipur government's attempt to reopen strategic routes such as Imphal to Kangpokpi to Senapati and Imphal to Bishnupur to Churachandpur without resolving the underlying tensions. A series of large-scale protests were announced in Kuki-Zo areas to resist these moves. Henlin Tangtangle Vaipe, chairman of Kuki-Zo Council, underscored the Council's visions of fostering unity and ensuring effective political representation. The nationwide rally will serve as a platform to unite the Kuki-Zo people across the nations and amplify our collective voice, Vaipe remarked. He encouraged active participation from the community to make the rally a success. The council structure incorporates representatives from every tribe and MP organizations, with its president serving on the governing council. Additionally, an executive committee with 2 representatives per tribe and MP will guide the council's activities. Vaipe emphasized that The upcoming rally would be a historic event for the Kuki-Zo Council and a critical step toward advancing the community's demand for a separate administration. He assured that the council is strategically preparing for this movement and will take decisive action once all necessary structures are in place. Looking ahead, the Kuki-Zo Council aims to solidify its role as the highest decision-making body for the community. Its objectives include preserving traditional values, addressing political concerns, and improving the overall well-being of the Kuki-Zo people. The Council is preparing to announce the dates for the nationwide rally soon and remains committed to ensuring that the aspirations of the Kuki-Zo people are central to the ongoing political discourse and governance discussions. Aimol, December 8, 2024. The Aimol Tribe Union ATU has strongly condemned the inclusions of Aimol tribe in the monolith of Chandil Naga People's Organization (CNPO). The ATU has stated that the Aimol tribe has never shared ancestry, language, culture, or traditions with the CNPO. The ATU has expressed deep offense and hurt at the deliberate inclusions of Aimol tribe in the monolith and has demanded rectification. The union has argued for the non-imposition of affiliations with any group without the consent of the ATU. The ATU has also demanded recognition of autonomy for the Aimol tribe, which is part of the Manipur ethnic group. The union has called for the removal of Aimol tribe from the list in the monolith with immediate effect. Furthermore, the ATU has requested the Chandil Naga People's Organization to acknowledge the distinctive identity of Aimol tribe and respect their self-identifications and self-determination. The union also urged all Aimol tribesmen to cling steadfast to their own distinctive identity, as per Article 29 of the Indian Constitution. The ATU statement has sparked a heated debate about the rights of indigenous communities to self-identifications and autonomy. The issue has highlighted the complexities of tribal identity and the need for greater recognition and respect for the distinctiveness of each tribe. Cabinet approves 85 new Kendriya Vidyalayas and 28 new Navodaya Vidyalayas to expand educational access. The Union Cabinet has approved the establishment of 85 new Kendriya Vidyalayas and 28 new Navodaya Vidyalayas, benefiting over 82,000 students and enhancing educational access across India. In a significant move to enhance educational access and infrastructure across India, the Union Cabinet, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on Friday approved the opening of 85 new Kendriya Vidyalayas and 28 new Navodaya Vidyalayas (NVs). This decision is expected to benefit over 82,000 students and provide high-quality, affordable educations across the country. The new KVs, which will be spread across various regions, are aimed at addressing the growing demand for quality education. The constructions of these schools, along with expansions of one existing Kendriya Vidyalaya, is estimated to cost Rs 5,872.08 crore, with the funds to be allocated over a period of 8 years starting from 2025 to 26. Currently, there are 1,256 Kendriya Vidyalayas in operations, including 3 schools abroad in Moscow, Kathmandu, and Tehran, serving approximately 13.56 lakh students. The expansions of these schools will further strengthen the national education network, offering more opportunities for students in remote and underserved areas. The Cabinet also approved the establishment of 28 new Navodaya Vidyalayas, which are designed to provide educational facilities to talented children from rural areas. These new schools will have a capacity of 560 students each, benefiting around 15,680 children. The development of these institutions is expected to create around 1,316 permanent employment opportunities, as each Navodaya Vidyalaya will employ approximately 47 staff members. In addition to educational and employment benefits, the establishment of these new schools is expected to generate substantial economic activity. The construction of school infrastructure will create jobs for skilled and unskilled workers, while the residential nature of Navodaya Vidyalayas will provide local vendors and service providers with steady business. Essential commodities such as food, furniture, teaching materials, and other supplies will be sourced locally, creating an economic boost for surrounding communities. At present, there are 661 sanctioned Navodaya Vidyalayas in India, of which 653 are operational, making the proposed expansion a critical step in addressing regional educational disparities. The strategic expansions of both Kendriya Vidyalayas and Navodaya Vidyalayas align with the government's effort to improve the reach and quality of education, particularly in underserved and rural areas, ensuring that more students across India have access to excellent educational opportunities. The Manipur police arrested one active cadet of RPF or PLA organizations from the Imphal West district in connection with extortion activities from spa centers across Imphal. Acting on specific intelligence, the police personnel on December 8 launched an operation leading to the successful arrest of the cadet, who has been identified as Bungsa Thodam, alias Kamba, 28. The police also recovered a mobile handset, one wallet containing a sum of rupees 1,920 and one Aadhaar card and a car without a registration number. In order to maintain vigil in the fringe and vulnerable areas of hill and valley districts of the state, the police troops also launched search operations and area domination exercises. Movement of 373 of vehicles carrying essential items along National Highway 2 was ensured, and strict security measures were taken up in vulnerable locations. A security convoy was also provided in sensitive stretches in order to ensure free and safe movement of the vehicles. A total of 107 checkpoints were installed in different districts of Manipur, both in the hill and the valley, and no one was detained in connection with violations in different districts. All Uripok Apex Body AUAB organized a sit-in protest in front of Jairap Court Complex in Uripok on Sunday, denouncing the case filed by National Investigations Agency NIA against Arambay Tingle AT leader Kurangamba Kuman, village volunteers, and the reimposition of AFSPA in areas under the jurisdictions of 6 police stations. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of the protest, AUAB advisor L. Roman Kumar strongly condemned the NIA's attempt to arrest AT leader Kurangamba, calling it highly unfortunate. He said, AT is a religious and peaceful organization that originated from Sanakundo. It was only after the crisis in Manipur that the AT volunteers, acting as village defenders, took up arms to protect Manipur and the Meitei community from the attacks of Kuki narco-terrorists. He called on the NIA to immediately withdraw the charges against Kurangamba. Roman Kumar also appealed to relevant authorities to revoke the reimposition of AFSPA in areas under the jurisdictions of 6 police stations in the state. The Kangabam Laikai Apunba Nupi Marup, Naharo Welfare Club, and Kangabam Laikai Youth Social Club also jointly organized a sit-in protest at Sagolban, Kangabam Laikai. The protest called for the declarations of Kuki militants as terrorists, removal of AFSPA, and urgent need to trace Kamal Babu, who has been missing since November 26 after he went inside the 57 Mountain Division headquarters in Leimaku. More than 40 schools in the national capital received bomb threats through email on Monday, Delhi police said. These schools included Mother Mary School, British School, Salwan Public School, Delhi Police School, and Cambridge School. The series of threats first began with R.K. Puram's Delhi Public School and Paschim Vihar's G.D. Jionka School. Police say that DPS received the threat at 7:06 a.m. while the latter got an email at 6:15 a.m. The threat email read, "I planted multiple bombs inside school buildings. The bombs are small and hidden very well. It will not cause much damage to the building, but many people will be injured when the bombs detonate. If I do not receive $30,000, I will detonate the bombs," ANI reported. Meanwhile, the school administration took prompt action and sent the students back home. Police, along with fire officials, dog squad, bomb detection teams, and local cops reached the spot and conducted search operations in the school. A police official said that so far nothing suspicious has been found at DPS and GD Jionka. AAP leader Manish Sisodia told ANI that it is shocking that the children are not safe in the city. BJP has induced an environment of fear in Delhi. Law and order situations has collapsed in Delhi. If the national capital is not safe, what is the central government doing? I have not seen such a state of fear in Delhi, he added. Meanwhile, Delhi Police PRO Sanjay Tyagi said police took immediate actions after receiving information about the threat emails. "We are ensuring the security of all the schools and the children, and I would like to assure all the parents, the people of Delhi, that the police will make every possible effort to ensure the security of the children and the school and will ensure it. Along with this, we will reach the source of the email soon and take action against it too," Tyagi told ANI. This incident comes just a week after Rohini's Venkateswar Global School received a bomb threat through email, which later turned out to be a hoax. A day earlier, a low-intensity blast had taken place in Prasam Vihar, within a 1-kilometer radius of the school. Parents have been immediately informed of the situations and students were sent home. Delhi Fire Services DFS officials along with police, bomb disposal squad and the dog squad checked and searched the entire premises of the school. Notably, 2 months ago, several CRPF schools across the national capital and the country had received bomb threats through email. The Delhi High Court on November 19 had instructed the Aam Aadmi Party-led government and Delhi police to develop a comprehensive actions plan including an extensive standard operations procedure SOP to deal with bomb threats and other similar emergencies. The court set an 8-week deadline for the completion of these tasks. It said that the SOP must define the roles and responsibilities of all the stakeholders, including school administrations, municipal authorities, police, and other law enforcement agencies. There should be smooth coordinations and effective implementations of plans, the court added. The bench of Justice Sanjeev Narula noted that the action plan must be developed after consulting relevant stakeholders and state departments. Additionally, in Delhi's neighboring state of Uttar Pradesh, bomb threat at 3 key locations in Lucknow turned out to be a hoax. And identified caller had dialed 112 UP's Police Integrated Emergency Response Center on Saturday night and claimed that he had planted bombs at Hussein metro stations, Charbagh railway stations, and Alambagh bus stand. All 3 locations were checked thoroughly after the call, said Mani Singh, Additional Deputy Commissioner of Police, ADCP Central. Over the past few days, several bomb threats have been received, including at the famous Taj Mahal. In fact, Mumbai police have received a threat message claiming to target Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The WhatsApp message sent to a traffic police helpline on Saturday referred to 2 ISI agents and a plan to carry out a bomb blast aimed at PM Modi. The Meteorological Center Srinagar Monday predicted that cold and dry weather-like conditions over many stations of Jammu and Kashmir till December 18. It also predicted that light snow over isolated higher reaches of Jammu and Kashmir on December 12. The weather conditions will likely remain dry till December 11. He said the isolated higher reaches of Jammu and Kashmir will likely witness light snow of December 12. The official, however, added that from December 13 to 18, the weather conditions will remain dry likely. The cold and dry weather will generally prevail over many stations during the next 7 days, the official outlined. In view of sub-freezing temperature and icy conditions over roads of important passes and higher reaches, the official advised tourists, travelers, and transporters to follow advisories from administrations and traffic department. Upon assuming office, U.S. President Donald Trump reaffirmed his commitment to deporting undocumented immigrants and promised to streamline the process for legal immigration. In an interview with NBC News on Sunday, 8 December, Trump outlined his two-fold strategy, which could have wide-ranging implications, including for Indian immigrants who typically enter the U.S. through legal channels. His remark emphasized the necessity of upholding the law while ensuring that legal immigration is more accessible for those who meet specific standards. Trump stressed the importance of strict adherence to immigration laws, stating that people who have been treated unfairly are those who have waited in line for 10 years to come in legally. We're going to make it easier for people who come in legally, but they'll have to pass tests, knowing about our country and love it. A central part of Trump's immigration plan focuses on deporting individuals with criminal records. We have to get a criminal out of our country, Trump said, expressing concerns over public safety. He highlighted the dangers posed by violent gangs like MS-13, referring to them as vicious, violent people. Trump also mentioned the issues of U.S. authorities releasing thousands of murderers in recent years, stating, "We don't want those people walking next to our families," and suggested the possibility of re-institutionalizing individuals removed from mental facilities. Trump also addressed the situations of dreamers, individuals who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children. Many dreamers are now middle-aged and don't speak the language of their home countries. We'll address their situations, but it will require collaborations with Democrats, he explained, signaling a willingness to work across party lines to find resolution. While Trump's immigration stance remains tough on illegal immigration, he emphasized his desire to simplify legal immigration for those who meet the necessary criteria. We'll make it very easy for people to come in who meet the standards, but it must be done legally, he said. As Trump prepares to assume his presidential duties, his immigration policy reflects a blend of rigorous enforcement and efforts to facilitate legal immigration, signaling a comprehensive approach to address the U.S. immigration challenges. More cases of mysterious flu-like illness labeled disease X were reported in Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the World Health Organization also dispatched a rapid response team to help investigate. Since October 24, 406 cases of identified illness, marked by fever, headache, cough, runny nose, and body aches, have been reported through December 5 in the Panzi health zone in Congo Southwest, WHO said on Sunday in a statement. That's up from 376 cases announced last week, while more than half of the cases involved children under 5 and 50-year-old male traveler hospitalized in Lucca, Italy, is suspected to have recovered from the disease. 31 deaths have been recorded, down from 79 reported last week, according to WHO. The outbreak is centered in a remote rural area of Congo province, where poor road conditions and heavy rain means it takes nearly 48 hours to reach from Kinshasa. The challenges of accessing the region have hampered efforts to confront fatalities linked to the illness. All severe cases involve individuals suffering from severe malnutrition, adding complexity to identifying and infectious sources. These challenges, coupled with limited diagnostics in the region, have delayed the identifications of the underlying cause, WHO said. Teams are collecting samples for laboratory testing, providing a more detailed clinical characterizations of the detected cases, investigating the transmission dynamics, and actively searching for additional cases both within health facilities and at community level. Acute pneumonia, influenza, COVID-19, measles, and malaria are considered as potential causal factors based on the signs and symptoms of those afflicted, WHO said, adding that response teams are helping to treat patients and raise awareness of the outbreak within affected communities. Malaria is common in the area and it may be causing or contributing to the cases, United Nations Health Agency said. Laboratory tests are underway to determine the exact cause, and at this stage, it is also possible that more than one disease is contributing to the cases and deaths. The Israeli Air Force struck a storage facility in southern Lebanon, where officials allege Hezbollah was operating within a weapons storage facility, the Israel Defense Forces said in a release Sunday. Israeli forces said Hezbollah violated the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Lebanon because their members were operating there. Despite the strike, IDF said they were operating according to the agreement and understanding between Israel and Lebanon. The IDF is operating according to agreements and understanding between Israel and Lebanon, maintaining the ceasefire conditions. The IDF remains deployed in southern Lebanon and will operate against any threat posed to the state of Israel and its citizens, IDF said in a statement. Israel invaded southern Lebanon in October as part of an escalation of the conflict with Hezbollah. Following lengthy negotiations, the Israeli government approved a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah on November 26, which went into effect the following day. When submitting the deal for approval, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned that the deal would rely on the actions of Hezbollah. The duration of the ceasefire depends on what happens in Lebanon, Benjamin said at the time. We will ensure the agreement and respond forcefully to any violations. We will continue together until victory. The Syrian opposition forces now control the capital city of Damascus, while President Bashar al-Assad has reportedly fled the country. According to Russian media, the ousted leader has been granted asylum in Moscow. The Syrian rebel forces say that Damascus was now free of tyrant Bashar al-Assad, announcing a new era for Syria. Syrian opposition forces also reportedly freed all the detainees from Damascus' notorious Sednaya jail, announcing an end of the era of tyranny in the prisons of Sednaya. Meanwhile, Syrians toppled the statue of Assad's father, Hafez, in Damascus and marked the end of the Assad family's 50-year-long rule in the country. Early on Sunday, the rebels announced that they had gained full control over the key cities of Homs, striking a major attack on President al-Assad's 24-year-long rule. Celebrating their victory, rebels fired in the air and several others took down the Syrian president's posters. Notably, the Syrian rebel forces led by Hayat Tahrir al-Saman HTS managed to capture 4 key cities, Dara, Quneitra, Suwaitia, and Homs in just one day. The Syrian rebels launched an attack in the country's government headed by President Bashar al-Assad on November 27. It soon began breaching the cities, with the Syrian military confirming the rebels' presence in the Aleppo city. Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, a breakaway faction of Al-Qaeda, was the one who staged the surprise offensive on Aleppo. Reports of President Assad seeking Russia's help in the civil war surfaced. This is because Russian President Vladimir Putin's interference in the Syrian civil war almost a decade ago worked in Assad's favor. Iran also reportedly was trying to help back Syria by sending fighters to the war-torn country. Amid escalating tensions, India advises citizens to avoid all travel to Syria until further notice, urging those present in the country to leave it at the earliest. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on Saturday said that America should refrain from military actions in Syria as an insurgent offensive reached the suburbs of the capital city of Damascus. "This is not our fight," he said. Syrian rebels captured 4 cities in a day, including the key city of Homs and President Assad's birthplace, Daraa. The rebels have said that they are focusing on Damascus, the capital of Syria. Syrian rebels entered and captured the capital city of Damascus, with reports saying that President Assad has fled the country to Moscow. Russian state agency TASS reported on Sunday. Syrian PM says he is ready to cooperate with any leadership the people choose and is ready to hand over the government to the opposition forces in a smooth transfer. Till the official handover is completed, the Syrian rebel chief has ordered his forces to not breach the public institutions in Damascus. As the insurgents swept across Syria in just 10 days to bring an end to Assad family's 50-year rule, they broke into prisons and security facilities to free political prisoners and many of tens of thousands of people who disappeared since the conflict began back in 2011. Videos shared widely across social media shows dozens of prisoners running in celebrations after the insurgents released them from the notorious prisons, some barefoot and others wearing little clothing. One of them screams in celebrations after he finds out that the government has fallen. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called on people of Syria to seize a historic opportunities for a stable and peaceful future following the sudden fall of the dictatorial regime of President Bashar al-Assad. The UN Secretary-General also said that the future of Syria should be determined by its people. In a statement released on Sunday, Guterres said, after 14 years of brutal war and the fall of dictatorial regime, today the people of Syria can seize a historic opportunity to build a stable and peaceful future. The future of Syria is a matter for the Syrians to determine, and my special convoy will be working with them towards that end. That's all from us tonight, and we thank you for joining our program.